What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another football chatter video. FPL just launched and I've made my first draft. Yes, I was so excited for this launch and we have finally added, as most of you will already know. And if you do not, then just go into the game and enter right now to get your team ID and start drafting. Anyway, on the screen in front of you, you can see my team. I have gone with Sanchez in goal and Valdimarsson, so Håkon Valdimarsson on the bench, the supposed backup, maybe third keeper for Brentford, doesn't really matter, it can be any 4.0 there, but I went with Sanchez because if you look at Chelsea's fixtures, after Man City in the first game week, they have Wolves, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, and then Liverpool, Newcastle. But of course, with the new rules that FPL has launched with the new game, you can now hold up to 5 transfers if you just keep rolling the transfer each time. So I can easily swap Sanchez out later on if I want to do that. Now, that is why Sanchez is in my goal. So if Chelsea turn out to be not so great, or if Sanchez turns out to be not number one or loses his spot to Petrovic, then naturally I'll just swap him out, use one of my transfers to do that. That's one of the beauties about this new setup of the game. I absolutely love it, and I think you guys are going to love it too. Now, also, in defense, I've gone with Guardiola and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, Guardiola I went with mainly because, if you remember last season, he managed to score huge points, 123 points from 26 starts. So he's fairly nailed. He scored 4 goals, 2 assists. He was very attacking. He had some shots at goal. And as you know, the new bonus point system works in such a way that if they get a shot on target, they get a +1 or something in the bonus points. And if they concede a goal, they'll be punished a lot more in the bonus points. So you want your defenders to be a bit more attacking, because if they concede a goal, then maybe they can outsource it by drawing fouls or outweigh it by drawing fouls and getting some shots on target. So that's fantastic for Guardiola. Now, same reason I have Trent Alexander-Arnold. Also, Liverpool have fantastic fixtures. And the thing about Trent, he is the most expensive player in the game right now in defense, that is. He has never been this cheap since like 2008 and 2019. So he still has huge aspects and prospects of delivering some huge hauls. As you can see, in 2022-23 he assisted 11 times, scored 2. 2021-22 he assisted 12 times, scored 2. And we can go on and on. We know Trent Alexander-Arnold. If he doesn't leave for Real Madrid, which is the rumor right now, then I'll want him in my team. Also, it allows me that when I want for one free transfer to get any defender in the game. And I think that is a huge reason to have Trent in this game. Now, I've also gone for Mikalenko from Everton. Everton had a really nice defense last time, huge amount of clean sheets, and they have some mixed fixtures. I mean, they have Brighton at home in the first game, then it's Spurs away, a bit tricky, Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth were good last season. We don't know how they're going to be this season. Aston Villa, brilliant last season. Again, could be some Champions League effect there, that they will not be as good as we think. Leicester, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Ipswich. I mean, the fixtures are very nice. You can use him if you want. On the bench, I have Cucurella. Now, he had a huge Euros, brilliant Euros from him. And again, Chelsea's fixtures, fantastic. So there's no reason why I wouldn't go with him, except if Chilwell takes his place as the left back. But judging by his Euros, he was just so good. And he draws fouls. And when he was at Brighton, he was so attacking. And there's another little key detail that's the reason why I'm going for him. Now, Enzo Maresca, he was the coach with Pep Guardiola. So he was in Pep Guardiola's, I think it was his assistant or something. He is now the Chelsea manager. Pep Guardiola wanted Marc Cucurella at the time to Manchester City, but he went to Chelsea. Maybe there's a connection there. Maybe we can think about the fact that Enzo wants and likes Cucurella just like Pep likes him, and he'll actually be able to use him. So I'm thinking that might be a connection that I'm making, that maybe I'm overthinking it, but right now Cucurella is in there for 5 million. I think he's a fine player. Another one I have on the bench is Harwood Bellis, just a 4.0. He should start for Southampton. He's 4.0 and he's just going to be a bench option. Now into midfield, Eberechi Eze is there. I just really love this player. I absolutely love him. But he could leave Crystal Palace, so this might change. If he goes to Arsenal or Tottenham or something, then I might have to rethink my options. They start with Brentford, West Ham, then they go to Chelsea, then it's Leicester. So mixed fixtures for Crystal Palace, but Eze, 11 goals, 5 assists last season. And I mean, he looks good. He is a good player. We know what he can do. so I'm not that worried about him. Now, this is a bit of a punt. Hudson-Odoi. He comes in at 5.5. I kind of like what he did. I mean, he scored 8 goals last season, assisted 2 times. He plays Bournemouth, Southampton, Wolves, Liverpool, Brighton, Fulham. I'm not going to count every single fixture, but you can see that it's a very decent one. There's a lot of 2s here, a lot of green, and we like that. I think he could be fantastic this season. I mean, Nottingham Forest have had a summer to kind of go through what they want to do and improve the squad. And then Anthony Gordon, he was incredible last season. 11 goals, 16 assists. And at home, he was insane. Now, where do they start? They start at home against Southampton, against the newly promoted team. Then it's Bournemouth away. Then it's Spurs at home. I mean, Spurs like to attack. Anthony Gordon can whip in behind. I mean, I see prospect of points for Anthony Gordon. I think he's underpriced at 7.5, and I think everyone should have him. Mo Salah, he's here as well. I mean, he scored 211 points last season. He was not that bad, even though people were talking about him having a down season. 18 goals, 12 assists, 30 goals and assists, goal involvements. I mean, is that down really? Whatever. He's in my team. I really like Mo Salah, and I mean, fantastic player on stage. We know what he can do. He's the Egyptian king. Liverpool's fixtures, like I said with Trent, they're very nice, so could be easy. Also, he is the most expensive midfielder in the game. So now I have the most expensive midfielder. I have the most expensive defender. So I can move to any player in the game if they come forward as huge options. On the bench, I have Phil Foden. The reason he's not starting for this team is because I want to see what he does in pre-season. He was with England until the final in the Euros, so similar reason to why Saka's not in my squad, because I think these guys need a bit of a rest. So I want to see what Phil Foden does. If he starts against Chelsea, he'll start the Ipswich game. He is here for the Ipswich game most definitely to cover the no Haaland in this draft. Now, into the attack we go. I have Ollie Watkins. He was the highest scoring forward last season, so I'm not really thinking about moving him on. He has good fixtures to start the game week, to start everything with West Ham, Arsenal, Leicester, Everton, Wolves, Ipswich. I mean, a lot of green. He delivered huge points last season, scored 19 goals, assisted 18 times. I think a lot of people are kind of underestimating what he can do. I don't see a reason why he couldn't just keep that up. He did not have penalties last season. He might have penalties this season, although some Aston Villa fans think Tielemans will have them. Aston Villa are signing Amadou Onana. I don't think that's done at this point, at the point of recording, but it's looking fairly likely that that's going to happen. So Ollie Watkins, I don't think Aston Villa are going to be much worse than they were last season. Now, I'm going to start with Alisson Isak, and I'm going to end on João Pedro. Now, Alisson Isak, 21 goals, 4 assists last season, a lot of injuries. 27 starts though. This is a guy who starts for Newcastle if they have a game and if he's fit to play. Fantastic option to have, and I do want him in my team because at 8.5 million, I mean, it's a fantastic option. He's a goal machine. He's a good finisher. He's that number 1-9 in that team. He's a world-class player in my opinion, and a lot of teams, I mean Chelsea and Arsenal, have been linked with him throughout the summer. Probably not going to get him because I don't see why Newcastle will let him go. But honestly, he's in my team, and he was number 1 nailed in my team. I don't see myself dropping him, especially with Newcastle's starting fixture of Southampton and Bournemouth. I think I can see some points there. Finally, it's João Pedro. I mean, 9 goals, 3 assists last season, 19 starts. So he started 50% of their games in the Premier League. Big rotation, but new manager, maybe less rotation. He had penalties last season. I think he'll just keep those. There's no reason why he shouldn't. He's only 5.5. I think that's a gift, and it allows so much else in this team. And yeah, that's basically the reason why I have João Pedro in the team. But that's basically it, guys. That's my team. That's my first draft. This is probably going to change a bunch before the start of the season. I just wanted to get it out there, show you guys my first draft and a bit of thinking behind it. Do let me know what you think about the graphics that I've been working on. If you can, comment below, let me know. So that's basically going to wrap up the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys like and subscribe. Help me grow this channel. I would very much appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you liked it. This basically was my first team selection, and it's going to change a bunch before the season starts, but I just want to get this out there, show you guys my thinking behind my first draft and where it might change. Maybe we'll do another video soon about how I changed the draft. But until then, I've been the Football Chatter. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.